Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we'll be talking about The Walking Dead, the final season, and how so many things could happen in it. Now I've pre-ordered the game, watched all the trailers, been keeping my eye out as the news have been keeping released. The final trailer was released earlier on this week, and we're a few days from the thing being released. Now I've been working in my head all the theories that could happen, all the people that could come back, how it will end. And we only have 4 episodes in this season, so it's not a lot as well, because usually they have actually 5 episodes, so this time they only have 4 episodes. So it's a bit, you know. So actually you were able to play the demo earlier on as well this week, as you were able to play on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Now I did that, and as I played it, I kind of, because Season 3 was such a letdown, I just didn't really expect big. But as I played like the first 15 minutes of it, I was actually kind of a little bit interested to see what happens next. You can go do that for free. The demo's completely free, but actually what's interesting is that this time the demo is not a full episode. It's only 15 minutes. If you remember all the other ones, I don't know about Season 3, but I know with Season 1 and Season 2, you get the whole first episode as the demo, which is actually quite generous to begin with. So the fact that this time they actually didn't do that, I was actually a bit surprised, but it makes sense. It makes sense why they wouldn't do something like that. Now moving on to characters that might return, it was a big letdown that the choices you made in Season 2 didn't affect Season 3. We kind of knew that this would happen, and the fact that it didn't happen wasn't a big surprise, but it still really got me angry, as there was about 6 different endings you could have went down in Season 2. So to me, I was like, well, this is a bit eh. Everybody loved Season 1 and 2, including me. I absolutely loved them. Now, first season, it was obviously good, but when the second season came out, you know, it was a big question, will it be good? And it was. Honestly, I can't pick which one is my favorite. I just enjoy them both. But then, Season 3 was released, and that's when just my level of excitement just went downhill. I mean, what were they thinking? New characters, new story, why? What was the point? The story isn't interesting. All these characters just not interesting either. They're just boring little characters. I just didn't see any point in them, and honestly did not enjoy it. I haven't even finished playing Season 3, and it was being released for almost like 2 years, so, you know, that's how not excited I was. And I did pre-order Season 3, because I was like, this is the first time I'm going to play something without knowing anything about it. But actually, let's get into the final season. So obviously, it's about Clementine and AJ, and as you can see by comparing the 2 covers for the Season 1 and the final season, basically Clementine is now Lee, and AJ is the little kid that she's looking after. Now, I don't mind the story, you know, AJ isn't the biggest thing, but it is just like what Clementine has become as she's become like Lee, and that is beautiful. Now let's talk about the characters that could return. The biggest characters that in my opinion could return, but there's a very, very big chance that they probably won't, is Lily and Krista. Lily was either left on the side of the road by you in Season 1, or basically stole the RV and drove off into wherever she went. Krista, although there was probably a big chance that she actually died after the bandits did attack us in Episode 1, Season 2, the big chance is that she's dead. We don't know what happened to her baby, and the likelihood that the baby just didn't make it is probably the biggest one. And I don't think Krista will be returning. Lily, if she did return, I feel like it just wouldn't happen. I don't think they would make it happen. But it would be exciting. I think this is awesome, because Lily is, again, one of the first characters we ever even meet in the game. So it would be awesome, but it's just not going to likely happen. Telltale have actually now have a story builder for you to build your story back up and link your account with the game in order to get the gameplay from what you've done. Now, if I remember correctly, there is at least 4 different things you can get. So you can get Loyal Clementine, Selfless Clementine, Brutal Clementine, and Righteous Clementine. When I did the story builder, I got Loyal Clementine, basically, right or wrong, you stand by your friends, and at the end of the world, those relationships are the most precious resource you have left. There are other ones, and as you can see the poster right now of this is what you get, and apparently there is about 32, I think, different things you can come, but the only posters that were released on their Twitter were specifically these ones, and I think that's awesome. It is actually awesome. And then you do import it into the final chapter, which basically apparently is supposed to change the story a lot, but with Telltale, I'm not so sure. Following on, as I played the demo, I was actually surprised to see that basically this time around, I think it's because it's their final season stuff, they went all out, maybe, probably. They basically made it so that everything you do and everything you say, AJ will remember. And these are the little notifications you get at the side as you go on. And I think that is awesome. It's definitely a thing that will influence your choices, as you know that AJ is always listening, and as you're made to do as an option, it will influence how AJ reacts the next time something like this happens. So the demo is only 15 minutes long. I'll say it's actually a little bit longer. I felt like I played for like 20 minutes, but they say it's 15. Yeah. Though, when you watch the final trailer and she basically ends up in a school with these troubled kids and stuff, and we meet these new characters. Some of the new characters are 10, Lewis, Violet, Marlon, Brody, and Willie. These are some of the new people in the boarding school of season 4. Now, to be honest, I'm not that excited. I mean, it's a boarding school, it's another survival scenario. You know what I'm actually calling them out on is maybe Clementine will have actually a romance with Ron, and she did have one with Gabe in season 3, but I just felt like it was just unnecessary, but it was there and blah-de-blah. So yeah, I think that's awesome, and I can't wait to see. It's obviously Lewis and Marlon, which seem to be the main ones. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about the characters really, because they seem new and stuff. And the demo does end, and I don't want to spoil, but I did put a spoiler at the start of this to make sure you guys know. It ends with them in a car crash, which again kind of resembles what season 1 started off with, which is basically Lee rolling over in a car, and then basically like that. So I think that's kind of maybe what they were going for a little bit. I'm not too sure right now. In Steam, by the way, you get 10% off if you pre-order it, so I think you should go do that if you are wanting to play the game and stuff, because it is a bit cheaper anywho. As I said, I did pre-order the game because I'm excited. Now let's talk about the ending of the season, the final season. What would it be like, and how many outcomes could there be? I feel like there should be a lot of outcomes, and there has to be. Why? Because it's the final season. You know, it's not gonna make the thing go, so if you can get different, like about 10 endings, that'd be a lot, but that's basically from the start of the choices that you do all throughout. If they were able to do that, that would be absolutely amazing, because you would get so many different choices. As I was playing the demo as well, if you know, you basically have some of these choices which you can do and see the outcomes of, and they basically have a little red ring around them, and you're able to choose either yes, if you want to do it, or not do it. I think this is good, but I'm not still so familiar with it. I think I need to play it more to really understand. Some things are very tempting, as ring the bell, or what happens if you do stuff, and it's just all very new to me still, so I don't know how to react to that. So back to how the final season will end, I truly believe they will have lots of different endings branched out, for the reason that it's not going to be another sequel to this game or whatever. It's just going to be the finished franchise, which is very upsetting, but it just has to be done, doesn't it? I think one of the options should be that Clementine dies, and let me explain to you why. Clementine's been on this big journey, but as we see so many characters dying and everybody around her's died, from group 1 in season 1 to group 2 and yada yada yada. The reason I think this would be the best option is because it just puts it to rest. I think if they did kill off Clementine, and if that was an option, it would kind of, I mean, obviously it'd be your choice, but it's a way you can lay it to rest. Another way I'm looking at this is not really, I don't really want this to happen. It seems kind of a cheap way of just putting everything to an end. Obviously, if they did kill off Clementine in a cheap way to represent Lee's death in the way that it happened, I would be very upset, because it's just not good. I mean, what's the point of doing that? Obviously, another ending could be that she survives whatever's gonna happen and she moves on with AJ, but then it kind of just leaves this what now, you know? I think they need to, I hope the ending is something which just closes off everything, make sure everything is done, and it's just nothing anymore happens. It's what I'm kind of hoping for, but can never really see. It's just something I hope that there's a lot of options to doing stuff. In terms of their whole story is they're trying to find a home, AJ and Clementine, and will the school be their home? No, I don't think it will. I think I don't even like the idea of that, but obviously I can just say this now from what I've heard and seen the trailers. I don't know. I'm excited with Clementine and AJ, definitely. I'm just not excited about the school. It just doesn't seem to make me go, whoa. And I feel like the bad guys of the game will be just some grown-ups, and then they're trying to overtake it, and Clementine will have to choose to stay and fight behind with the school or leave with AJ. But then, you know, there's just so many things that could happen that I don't even know yet. The point of it is, I might actually stream this game when it comes out. Unfortunately, on Tuesday, the 14th of August, when it does come out, it comes out here in the UK at 4 p.m. I'm working until 5:30 and then I'm off to guitar lessons, and I'm probably going to be home at 7:30, which doesn't give me a lot of time, but I'm definitely so excited for this that I will definitely play it. The final season is also coming out on Nintendo Switch digitally for you all Americans, and for Europe comes later this month. I have the Nintendo Switch right here and actually wanted to play on the Nintendo Switch, but actually couldn't do that because it comes out later and I couldn't wait that long. So actually comment down below if you do want me to stream this or to record videos separately. I think streaming is a better option, though I don't know, because I like to interact with you guys as I'm streaming and playing something like this, which is really close to my heart. I don't think I could laugh about it and stuff. I would want to take this game serious and try and complete it. So these are just some of my initial thoughts. Whatever you think might happen in the end, make sure to comment down below, and I will definitely, maybe it'll be an opener for me to be like, yeah, that could actually happen. So yeah guys, I'll see you in the next video, and bye!